It's a short drive today to a spectacular slot canyon inside of Jasper National Park, Maligne Canyon. Well, slot canyons are narrow, sometimes very deep channels that are formed from water rushing through and eroding the rocks over millions of years. Much of this turbulent flow of water that we see has traveled through an underground cave system all the way from Medicine Lake, that is about 14 kilometers away. About 365 million years ago, this whole area was actually a shallow tropical sea. Over the millennia, layers and sequences of limestones were deposited by lime secreting planktons. This was known as the Palliser Formation. Maligne Canyon was carved into this Palliser Formation. These canyon walls are carbonate sedimentary rocks, and if we look closely, we could probably even see skeletal fragments of marine organisms. This canyon is narrower at the top than it is partway down, leading some geologists to believe that this used to be a cave that had its ceiling sheared off by glacial scraping and water erosion. In many places we can see boulders that are wedged across the narrow part, like the one that we can see up ahead. These are known as chalk stones. It can start raining any time of the year in the Canadian Rockies, so we were sure to pack rain ponchos, and sure enough, it was drizzling. All this rushing water, cold mist and spray. Maligne Canyon seems an unlikely place for baby birds, but 3 species of birds nest on the limestone walls of the canyon. Today we were fortunate to see a family of black ravens and their nest on the overhangs of these gorge walls. The name of this canyon, Maligne, comes from a French word meaning wicket. There is a story for this. Once, a Frenchman tried to travel the canyon with his horses, but when the horses were swept away by the swirling waters, he told all his friends that this canyon is Maligne, therefore the name. Bear just ran past here, and this is fresh tracks here. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's fresh tracks of bear tracks. And Suresh was just sitting here eating. and it just ran past him. Traps. Bear traps. Uh-oh. We are driving through the beautiful mountain town of Jasper. But even before this place was dubbed as Jasper, this corner of the world used to be a trading post surrounded by wilderness. And this town and then the national park eventually got their name from one of the post's managers and voyager, Jasper House. We are driving out of Jasper, heading west on Yellowhead Highway, named after a fur trader who had yellow streaks in his hair. Up ahead is the highest peak in the Canadian Rockies, Mount Robson, standing at 12,972 feet. We stopped at the Best Western Plus in Whale Mount on Route 5, going toward Vancouver to charge our Tesla. They have a Sun Country charger. We are stopping here to take a break and charge so we can reach our next charger tomorrow. The serene and peaceful nature that's surrounding this area is a reminder that we should slow down a bit and take our time. So we decided to chill out in the lobby for a little while and then go see a 600-acre wildlife sanctuary. Just steps away from this hotel is wetland and marsh, a stunning nature's haven where we were told that birds and ducks, beavers, and lots of dragonflies make their home. So we took the trailhead that begins here from the Best Western parking lot. This would take us first to the wildlife viewing tower. Before that, we saw lots of flowers here. This one here is Indian paintbrush. This place feels like as if we were deep in the backcountry of the Rockies. I believe more than 150 species of birds, as well as beaver and otter, moose, and all types of deer call this place home. And what we see here is all duckweed, tiny free-floating aquatic green plants. The advantage of duckweed is its water-purifying properties. It leaves clean water behind and becomes food for the waterfowl and fishes that live here.
Watching tower.
Extreme left is the Rocky Mountains, and to the right of it is the Monashees. The trench that runs in between in straight line all the way from the Rockies to Alaska makes for a great migratory bird path. There have been sightings of all the wetland birds and all kinds of ducks one can think of. As we are walking this path, there are hundreds of dragonflies flying in front of us.
Cranberry Marsh.
In 2003, there was a huge forest fire here, and so they had to take water from the marsh until it was totally drained down. But fortunately, in 2012, this place got a lot of snow that helped in filling the marsh with water again and making it a habitat for wildlife. Before the 1900s, this was actually a lake 10 kilometers long and 3 kilometers wide, At that time, when the railroad companies drained all of this marsh into the Columbia River system, this whole area turned into just overgrown grass and not a usable habitat for ducks or birds. But later, a company called the Ducks Unlimited came here and built a lot of nesting islands surrounding this area to rehabilitate this land and bring back the wildlife. The lone hiker.
So beautiful.
Wells Grey Inn. This is in Clearwater. Here starts the maze. Okay.
Hey, okay, hi. Okay, let's take our luggage to the room, huh?
Okay.
All right. Okay, I picked up the first one.
Okay. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Another there.
Oh. Door number 1. Mystery solved.
Oh my god. I didn't have my bag. Oh my god. That's good.
Door number 2.
Is that yours? Oh, there.
Alright, that guest is parked behind the door. Door number 5.